Now, an investigation you'll see only on NBC Bay Area News. Many immigrants come to the U.S. to try and give their families back home a better life. But who knew that sending money to loved ones could actually put those loved ones in terrifying danger? Tonight, we team up with our broadcast partner, Telemundo, to bring you a chilling story of execution and extortion that's targeting victims all over the Bay Area.
I felt very, very scared for my family.
He goes from $100 a month to a demand of $3,000 a month.
And do not give you? Okay. Help me, please.
They're some of the most vulnerable victims in our community. Immigrants with little money in their pockets, and yet with everything to lose.
Porque si no pagamos esta cuota,
because if you don't pay, they will definitely kill my family. Maria is too scared to show her face or use her real name. She's one of many Salvadoran immigrants living in the U.S., paying a monthly fee to MS-13, the notorious gang in El Salvador.
mira, ahorita estamos pagando...
Right now, we're paying $300 a month for my family. When Maria didn't send the money right away, she says they kidnapped her sister and then raped and tortured her for months until Maria paid up.
No tienes otra opción.
You don't have another option. The only thing you want is to keep your family alive.
They called me and told me that I needed to pay $3,000 a month so that nothing happens to my children.
When this Bay Area man didn't pay, he says the home where his children live was riddled with bullets.
And the neighborhood where is my sister live, and the neighborhood where is my ex-wife with my children live.
Do you think they're capable of killing your children?
Yeah, yes.
Jaime Pelufo, a reporter for Telemundo, has been investigating this story for months.
I started asking Salvadorans out in the community in San Francisco and the East Bay, and the more I asked, the more I found people who either were victims or knew somebody else that were victims.
This kind of extortion is not uncommon in El Salvador. You see, Berkeley gang expert Juan Esteva says it's a big part of MS-13's history.
This is just another business opportunity, just like, prostitution, like drug distribution or smuggling.
But what's different now?
The business now has gone from the local level to the international level.
But the crimes are barely even being reported. Most of the victims are undocumented and just too afraid to come forward. This MS-13 scheme is so under the radar that custom enforcement and immigration officials say they weren't even aware of the problem until we told them.
These crimes are affecting small neighborhoods and communities. And one of the things that I think we can do here is let them know that they can and should come forward.
But even if they do, the criminals are in El Salvador, where they're not likely to be prosecuted. So victims here live in fear and do as they're told.
Me quita el sueño porque digo...
I can't sleep because at any moment they can raise the price and I'm not going to be able to pay it.
The families of these immigrants will continue to be just a paycheck away from being killed.
And that's the only price they're not willing to pay. Now, you may be wondering, how do the gang members actually find their victims? Well, we uncovered that they threatened bank tellers in El Salvador and forced them to reveal who's getting money from the United States. There's also a big MS-13 presence right here in the Bay Area, acting as informants. And then, believe it or not, there's Facebook, which leads criminals right to the names and locations of victims, friends, and families. Now, tomorrow at 11, are you trying